Alrighty. Howdy ho, folks. Multiversal Medium here for another episode of Silent Hope.
Don't let your guard down.
Last time we left off, we're exploring the abyss a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. And I talked a bit about Rune Factory 5's issue with MILFs, or lack of allowing you to date them. This episode, I guess I'll go into Christmas cake culture, because I briefly mentioned it at the end of last episode. And we'll go from there. Get out of here, man. Yeah, still really like her. I didn't know I could... It's freaking weird when you get a game that, like, has physics in a way you're not expecting. For things like that, where it's like, oh, why the heck am I technically able to, walk on this one platform or whatever? Or why am I able to walk on the side of this cliff like a goat? Because, that's a bit much. I think part of the reason it happens is so many games are kind of like... It's usually made in Unity. There's a lot of games made in Unity. And that game engine just is kind of known for giving physics to everything. Part of the issue, though, of making everything in Unity is Unity is getting a huge monopoly when it comes to game engines. A lot of game devs used to make their own game engines for their games. And a lot of them are moving away from that, which is going to lead to a lot of very similar feeling games in various ways. It's going to be interesting seeing the future of video games with that in mind. Oh well. Suppose we could... Hey, I'm stunned. That's what... So her stun stops you from using skills. Okay. Like, it's not a full-blown stun. I can still move around. I was just like, why can I not get skills off? What the heck's going on? Anyways. Like I was saying, the Christmas cake culture or whatever. Let's just go grab the heal real quick. Christmas cake is a kind of term / derogatory in nature used in Japan for women, I want to say, over the age of 25 that are unmarried. Which, that info enough should make you realize, ew, gross, wait, what? So... Although we don't technically use this term in the West or English-speaking areas, I guess you could refer it to, Have any of you guys ever watched Ed and Eddy in that episode where, like, Double D gets his, family's fruitcake out, that they just all bring out every year? It's the same fruitcake. Nobody has ever taken a bite out of it. And it's just hard and very unpalatable. Looking at the term like that would be a proper way of looking at it, I guess you could say. And yes, I know there is a derogatory term for homosexuals known as fruitcake. That's not what we're talking about here. Basically, a Christmas cake woman would be someone that nobody really wants to take a bite out of, I guess you could say. Maybe they do look nice, or maybe they only show up around the holidays. But yeah, that's a Christmas cake in Japanese culture because they're over the age of 25, which for a lot of people in Japan means they're unmarriable as a woman. Which is gross. That is a really gross mindset. Anyways, I brought that up in relation to the fact, like, Rune Factory 5 would not let you date these obviously older women with kids. And I'm assuming it's partially because of classic mindsets along those lines. I've gone on record a lot of the times on my channel talking about some other aspects of Japanese culture and stuff that I don't find kosher. I love using the term kosher. I'm not even Jewish. It's just a good term. It really is. But basically, the reason I have such a weird, like, trivial knowledge about such things is more so related to the fact, like, I knew a lot of weeaboos growing up. Heck, my best friend that I frickin' am still best friends with, gay bastard that he is, basically, he was the kind that was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn Japanese and like go to Japan. And it's like, really? You don't take me as one of those type of weeaboos, man. Like, I understand, like, maybe enjoying some of the culture. And it's like, yeah, he wasn't one of those super weeaboos. He wasn't into anime or anything. He thought it would be a fun place to visit. So, like, he took a Japanese class in college. And then he learned how kind of effed up Japan was. Because his teacher was from Japan. And she left Japan because she realized how effed up Japan was. So arguably that one teacher in like my friend's college was probably more of a, yeah, the country's got a lot of red flags and that's why I left kind of thing, to dissuade people than almost anything anyone could ever say on the internet. I believe the blue one's a one and done, but red one, I think you can travel back and forth with. Let's check the blue one real quick and see if he disappears immediately after teleporting. So yeah, I suppose at the end of the day, all these like things I'm talking about are second-hand in nature, which is upsetting. Okay, so yeah, he's a teleport, but disappears immediately, but this is where we need to go. A roguelite freaking thing with randomized dungeons. It has teleport mechanics. That on paper is horrifying. It is so horrifying on paper. Just randomized dungeons with teleport mechanics is horrifying. But hey, like I said, Strange Journey was one of my first SMTs and it got me into Shin Megami Tensei. And Strange Journey is known for having a really, really bad teleport dungeon. Like a really, oh my gosh, they can't be serious with this nonsense kind of thing. And I just was like, yeah, let's rock it, man. Without using healing potions. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, arguably everything I'm saying is second-hand in nature. So there's a grain of salt to it. That being said, everything I'm talking about when it came to like Japanese conformist mentality, ingrained racism, so on and so forth, as well as this Christmas cake thing, were things this friend and I looked up after he learned it from his teacher, and how she had been talking about such things because she saw it everywhere in Japan. So it's not so much like, oh, it's secondhand, it's somebody told us something and then we did the research, which is how you usually should handle almost anything. Like, it's a lot easier to just take things at face value, and it takes a bit extra to disbelieve something when you're told it, because it's extra effort technically mentally. So we all kind of default to kind of going with the flow with a lot of things, information wise, I guess you could say. Yeah, this was something, as well as a lot of my other views on the country, were things we researched and looked into. So it's not just like, and I heard from this one person that it's like this, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to just sound like I'm overly stereotyping an entire country. I'm from America, man. Like, our country's horrible. Just, it's not the people inherently that are horrible, but there's a lot of things wrong with our country, and I'm willing to say such, and it needs to change. I feel like other countries are the same, though, and it's not usually brought up because a lot of the time in other countries, especially when you're not from that country, they're idealized in a certain way. And that's an issue just in general. Getting to the point where all these explosions are honestly just not enough damage in general. Like, just barely doing any damage to the most basic enemies. which is very concerning. But yeah, that's why I do kind of like, anytime it comes up in any conversation topic on the channel, it's like, yeah, and Japan kind of does have a racist segregation problem. And they are just that way to things that are outside their norm because they're a conformist-based society. It's not me trying to be mean when saying such, it's me trying to state facts when saying such. Ah, well. Enough about that nonsense. Switch characters. Try and get some buffs going.
Take care down there.
I'm kind of bummed at the new buffs you get for these classes or whatever. Because, yeah, I want to say the first classes for all the characters had better buffs. Like, not just the kind of, like, bonuses you're getting, but, like, just general better buffs. There we go. Yeah. So there's a red one and then there's a blue one. Let's go for blue one? Yeah, may as well. Why not? Blue's a good color. So's red. Something, red pill, blue pill nonsense. Oh, this dude actually stayed this time? He usually doesn't. Okay. Yeah, you just... Okay. Okay, there we go. Honestly, like... what is her attack at? 18 to 19. It's less than the gimmick class. The gimmick silly haha class. It is so effing amazing that her damage is less than the silly haha class. Like, I think it's just paired with her skills do a decent amount of damage. They do. So you want to be able to mix up skills and all that. The issue is just how many enemies you can actually hit with your skills without taking damage yourself. I think adding the range stuff via her skill thing on my end was probably just the smartest move. Make it so she has 2 ranged attacks as well as an AoE attack, which she just needs. She needs kind of all 3 of those. Because, yeah, her buffs are just effing worthless. They really are. Let's switch back and check out the red one. See if that leads anywhere. Oh, well. We'll see as the game goes on if it's decent. So excited for this character, I really was. I was getting, what is that? The, pugilist punching, princess from Dragon Quest IV vibes from her. You know, just noble lady that's super into, hand-to-hand combat, martial arts. It's all the vibes I was getting from this one. It's like, nope, nope, nope. Ah, well. It is what it is. Alrighty. Gosh dang, man. I think there was a topic from like 2 episodes ago I wanted to go on, but I can't remember it for the life of me. So I guess we're just going to kind of ramble about whoever the heck's in front of me. Dodge, cooldown, minus 10%, yeah. Okay.
All for one and one for all.
Yep, let's get this going. With this boyo. See how the later floors are looking. Is there... Does this dungeon have a mid-boss? Is that what we're looking at on the 12th floor? Because I think that's the boss icon. Huh. Well, whatever. Gosh. This is coming out, what, in February? Yeah, it should be coming out in February. Defeat all the monsters. Yeah, that's doable. See here. Gonna have to get used to that cooldown. That charge up, I should say. Yeah, this is coming out in February, which should be... Gosh. I still haven't decided on my long-lasting metagame for February, sadly. So I was just going through a list earlier today about, like, yeah, I should probably maybe test some of this stuff. I also haven't figured out a challenge for February yet. I had an idea. And we'll see if I'm able to do it or not. But then again, it's also paired with the fact, like, by the time I'm recording this, I'm still not done dealing with all the things I wanted to deal with for, Oh, you both win at range? Why'd the bunny leave range? That's weird. It's paired with the fact, like... I, still haven't finished the Alice Madness stuff editing-wise. I got all this buffer room going. I want to say, what was it? October into November and all this stuff. And it all ended up having to go towards other stuff, real life-wise. By the time I would have, like, wanted to get the Alice challenge and stuff done, it's like, nah, man, you got people demanding your attention constantly via the, oh, you're not just a regular... For some reason, I thought this dude was just... Dude, stop. Like, seriously, this is... Hashtag rude. Oh my gosh, I didn't change how I was aiming, but he suddenly just started shooting off to the side as opposed to aiming at it. Oh, Yves. I thought it was just the regular bunny ball or whatever we saw on the first few floors. So, like, I was curious why they were so... focused on running away, but no, they're healing ones, that's why. They don't want to get close to anyone. The issue with that being is, all of this dude's skills for this class are not good for dealing with enemies that specifically just don't want to be near you. Yeah, honestly, all of his skills kind of take a long wind up. Oy vey. Who knew that a freaking, like, enemy moving just a few feet trying to hop away from me was actually my greatest enemy? Actually, no, that's about par for the course. I've always been bad at hitting moving targets. That's why I freaking don't do ranged combat in a majority of games. It's honestly, yeah, I just suck at that kind of stuff. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I just got like super swamped during the holidays. It's what, mid-January-ish by the time I'm recording this. And yeah, it's starting to calm down a bit. It's just... That's how the holidays usually are for me. Between, like... Well, my family's mostly good about stuff. It's... This isn't a knock against my fiance. Her family is effing crazy. And I mean full-blown, they're effing crazy. So every year around the holidays, they just start offloading crazy onto her. And it's not her fault. But her and I need to pick up the pieces of their effing crazy that they were just like, hey, here's all this crazy we're tossing on you, kind of thing. So it turns the holidays into like just a ordeal. It always does. And that's paired with the usual stressors most people feel around the holidays. Let's see here. Let's switch up. Yeah. Skill power plus 20%. That's very nice.
Give it your very best shot.
Okay, she's got dodge, buff, and then, okay, yep. Oh, that can also just be used as a dodge? The, backstab skill can just be a dodge. Okay, cool. It's not exactly a boss fight, but I see what the heck's going on. Dude, hashtag rude. Especially considering I was doing a charge up of my skill. Yeah. Yeah, man. Good stuff. I really like that freaking nonsense. It would also help if I learned what skill was what when I'm trying to hit it, because I noticed they're freaking like off cooldown. Yeah, that damage is nothing to shake a fest at. There we go. Ooh. Got a legendary, nice. Might be worth kind of farming that dude to try and get more and more legendaries. Ooh, you even got a food recipe. That's very nice too. I'm wondering if you can give like weapon legendary recipes and stuff. What else? But yeah, my fiance's family is just bat crap insane, and that's not me being the stupid usual like, oh well, I'm marrying into the family and I don't like the family. It's like, no,
All right. See you soon.
my family has issues, it does. And we work through such things, or we kind of call each other out on such things. I mean, I'm from a family of bikers. Full-blown bikers. My dad's side of the family, anytime there's a family reunion,
Welcome back.
there'd be a lot of Harley Davidsons and stuff in the
Yay! You did it. That's the
driveway of whoever the heck's hosting the family reunion kind of thing.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Get all this stuff done.
Production is underway.
Which is fine. It's whatever, but it's also like, when I say bikers, I mean some of them also have patches and stuff. Bikers. That's my dad's side of the family.
I can hardly wait to see how it turns out.
What else? I don't personally partake. That's on me,
Is all ready to go.
as well as what they do and is on them.
I can't wait to see the finished product.
Anyways,
When you think about it. Wait,
so yeah, my family has its hiccups and
I
stuff.
hope your work goes smoothly. It should be
My fiance talks about certain childhood
Hope your
stories,
work goes smoothly.
though in comparison,
Is endlessly
and,
fascinating. It's almost
I had to multiple times bring up like, oh, that's not okay actually. And she's like, oh, why is that not? And it's like, think about that happening to a kid. And she's like, oh, wait. It's like, yeah, actually, that's not okay, kind of thing. That's her family.
So big.
Any but. I won't get into super detail because, like, it's someone else's story, so we drop it at
I
that.
can hardly wait to see how it turns out.
Let's see here.
If you don't mind.
Get all this nonsense
Production is
going.
underway.
Who do I want to switch into? honestly, it's starting to get to a point where it's like I kind of need to level up, but
If you wish with all your heart,
I'm curious.
sure any wish you make will come true someday.
I don't think we're going to be able to beat the boss as we are. We honestly probably aren't. We haven't leveled up almost whatsoever since starting the strata, which is understandable because when it comes to leveling in this game, you kinda sorta need to get combos going to get a decent amount of EXP. Otherwise, it's just gonna take forever to level up. So yeah,
So much
it's
snow fell that year. I prepared to help shovel snow as I always did, but my father forbade me from leaving the castle. We had our first ever argument over it. In the end, he ordered me to stay inside and locked me in my room. He wouldn't let me leave or see anyone for quite some time. I've never imagined him capable of such behavior.
I like how after every boss fight, we're getting his views on what was happening. Because, like, from a child's standpoint, that's very mean. From the standpoint of the other info we got about the kingdom, like, before, when we were dealing with the other bosses or whatever, it's paired with the fact, like, there's a lot of civil unrest happening, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of civil unrest, actually. So, probably that winter, it wasn't safe for this girl to go outside, is why. But considering how outright naive she was to anything and everything, it's not super surprising that he didn't tell her such. There we go. Because although this is like a weirdly idealized society we're dealing with when it comes to oh gosh, yeah, she's gonna be with that one freaking backstab skill. This girl is gonna be amazing at getting combos going. Because it just resets every time you eat an enemy with it, even though occasionally I guess it doesn't always target them properly. But since it does that, and it seems to not actually be fully based on the damage it does, but in fact just if you killed an enemy within the short time frame after doing it. Ooh, wasn't paying attention to my health. When she gets to a higher level and can, like, basically one-shot a lot of the enemies with that skill alone, or that skill paired with her little, like, whirlwind thing, she's gonna just, like, plow through so many enemies so quick and get a massive combo going. Which should be nice. Should be fun. Oh, let's see here. Anything over yonder? Dead end, okay. Yeah, it's interesting because it's obviously, there is underlying turmoil constantly happening. And she just wasn't fully aware of such. Especially even in this idealized, kingdom setting. Which, oh no, I'm not against, like, everything we're hearing. It's like, yeah, this kingdom was very utopian in nature, and then it went to crap. But not in, like, a very fantasy crap way. It's not like, oh, some rival kingdom showed up and cursed the king or something. It's like, no, our ship sank, and then we had a poor harvest, and, like, all this other stuff, and it's like, oh, this is building up to be a very, very bad time for you guys, huh? Yeah. The second you properly get in the groove with the rogue character, once the skill is unlocked, it's starting to really get fleshed out. This is what I was expecting roguish gameplay-wise. A lot of teleporting, a lot of high mobility, good damage while trying to dodge damage, basically. If you're telling me you made a rogue that's frickin' dagger based, that's what I'm assuming you're doing, man. And it's paired with like her own frickin' like dodge and everything. It feels good. Even though I'm not the best at it, it does feel good. Oh well. I was saying something about like just how everyone's stressed every year around Christmas as usual. Did I mention that nonsense in an episode yet? Yeah, I'll go out on a limb and talk about it, I guess. Let's get to the end of this floor, though, and call it an episode, though. And then I'll probably talk about it next episode. Here, I believe it's to the north? Is that the direction we're going? Up here? Yeah, all those dodges. Feels good, man. It honestly does. Okay, yep. That's the floor. Okay, so it's been an episode. Lots of fun. Fun messing around, all that good stuff. Ooh, we can actually put a point in. Cool, cool. Power up. Power up, and just power up. Okay, let's get power up on that. Really want to juice that skill. Anyways, it's been an episode. I'll talk to y'all in another episode of Silent Hope, and in that episode I'll probably talk about just how I view December and the holidays at this point in the US, because I don't view them well. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all then. But until then, ciao!